If you want to get somewhere in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you just gotta have a beef with Tony Stark. If there's an on-ramp to the MCU, then the one with the most amount of lanes is hating Tony Stark. Even Wanda started off hating Tony Stark after staring at one of his bombs trapped in rubble. As she works through her trauma and loss by literally retreating into old TV shows, signs point to another hero with ties to Wanda, Vision, and surprise, yeah, Tony Stark. It's time to wonder about Wonder Man and his role in WandaVision.
We will.
WandaVision is here and, oh man, what is going on? I have no idea. This show is crazy in all the right ways. It's not like there hasn't been mysteries and Easter eggs in the MCU movies and shows up to this point, but never this kind of Philip K. Dick level of what is real, or even what it means to be real. This Twilight Zone meets the comic show with 2 episodes premiering on the 15th and 1 a week has left people scratching their heads in the best way.
There's no need to get dramatic.
We've been digging deep into every single thing that appears on screen. Is the fake credit for Dabbs Digby at the end of the first episode a combination of 2 characters from Life of Riley? Or just 2 names that sounded like they'd be in the credits of a show of that era? Was that really a Spider-Man character? What does it all mean? There are some clues, however, that start to come together that indicate an increasing likelihood that we'll see certain characters. And one of those is a founding West Coast Avenger, movie star, and man of ion energy, Wonder Man. The sometime Avenger, actor, and even occasional part of a Wanda, Vision, Wonder Man throuple has been teased inside and outside the show in subtle and less than subtle ways. Like during the animated Bewitched-style opening of the 2nd episode, the Grim Reaper's helmet can be seen as a shadow between floors. The Grim Reaper's non-made-up name is Eric Williams, brother to Simon Williams, the Wonder Man. The Grim Reaper has a long beef with Vision, and by extension Wanda, thanks in part to Wonder Man's close connection to Vision. Before everything was thrown for a loop by restrictions to productions, Falcon and the Winter Soldier was meant to be our first foray into the MCU's Disney Plus shows. That show is set to feature Captain America foe Zemo, who just so happens to be the man who gave Simon Williams his powers, effectively creating Wonder Man to, what else, destroy the Avengers from the inside. Behind the scenes, there have been plenty of hints that the MCU is once again ready to bring the good guy Williams brother to the screen, after his movie posters were cut from Guardians of the Galaxy, featuring Nathan Fillion as the hyphen actor and superhero. In a behind-the-scenes featurette, head writer Jack Schaefer is interviewed, and we can see in the background posters of Wonder Man adorning her office. In an interview with The Nerdist, director Matt Shakman was asked point-blank if they ever considered bringing Wonder Man to the MCU. And after a bit of a long pause, Shakman awkwardly pled the fifth. This kind of seeding is nothing new to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Long before the deeply missed Chadwick Boseman gave us Wakanda Forever, the secretive advanced African country was teased in background heat maps, and passing mentions going all the way back to Phase 1. Wakanda's frenemy from the deep, Atlantis, and its surface dweller-hating king Namor has been teased just as long, with none other than Feige himself being a champion of one of Marvel's first heroes, with the latest theory being that we'll finally see Namor surface in Black Panther 2. Doctor Strange started off as a name drop in Captain America the Winter Soldier. This kind of groundwork laying is in fact one of the big advantages of a shared universe. Instead of having to bring a character to life out of whole cloth at each introduction, hints and clues that they are part of the wider world may help create a place for them. So what is Wonder Man's place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? And why is WandaVision the place where he could finally show his movie star face?
If only you all knew our secret.
Wonder Man cannot stop a war with love, nor can he make a hawk a dove. And he's not the only man from the island of Amazons that gave the world Wonder Woman. Of course, that's mostly because Wonder Woman is a Golden Age creation of the distinguished competition, though the connection didn't get past them either. Shortly after Wonder Man was introduced, he went into an extended coma, while DC objected to the far too familiar name. After they introduced Power Girl, whose name was eerily similar to Power Man, despite again not even resembling each other, it was decided that fair was fair, and suddenly Simon Williams was awakened from his coma. It's a miracle! Wait, we should go back and cover why he was in a coma to begin with, back to that all too common Tony Stark connection. The Williams brothers were the scions to a tech mogul Sanford Williams. When the elder Williams passed the company on to his son Simon, the business was crushed by the more successful Stark Industries.
Don't do this. It's all I have.
Like anyone done dirty by the Starks, Simon wanted revenge, and no one knows more about the revenge game than Baron Zemo. In the comics, the Zemos have been so dedicated to revenge that they're not even sure what they're getting revenge for anymore. They managed to make a purple ski mask, crown, and sword look cool though, so, through the tried and true practice of scientific super soldier experimentation, Simon's blood was replaced with ion energy, giving him super strength, invulnerability, and the ability to fly. He was then told to go join the Avengers and lead them into a trap, which isn't a complicated plan at all. Zemo also told Williams he needed a constant injection of an antidote or his new powers would kill him. Contrary to what I said earlier, a war was stopped with love. The way that the Avengers accepted Simon and even tried to cure his reliance on the antidote made his heart grow 3 sizes, and he hipped his new pals to Zemo's trap before it was sprung, willing to die with a clear conscience. Except he didn't. He just went into a coma until the publishers could work out their issues. Come on guys, can't we all get along here? But it was in that coma that Wonder Man makes his connection to Vision and the Scarlet Witch. Much of Vision's comic origins and movie origins are the same. Vision was created by Ultron to be his ultimate weapon, but in both cases, Vision took a genuine liking to people and turned on his master. Just like in the movies, Vision is a mishmash of different influences. For the MCU, Bruce Banner says that there's a little Bruce in him, a little Tony, a little Ultron, and a whole lot of Jarvis. Then there's the Mind Stone and the Jumpstart thanks to Mjolnir. Thor really knows how to make an entrance. Hammer time! The big difference in the old 4-color format is the template that Tony used to turn Vision into a real-ish boy, instead of his trusty AI, mostly because Jarvis is not an AI but a butler in the comics.
Thank you.
Tony uses the brain patterns of Simon that he had saved as a way to keep him alive in case they couldn't come up with a way to prevent Powers from timing out and killing him. Once DC and Marvel sorted out their naming issue and Simon Rip Van Winkled himself back into the world, he found someone who had a personality just like him, married to someone he was kinda into before the lights went out. Oh yeah, if you thought the Wolverine Cyclops Jean Grey love triangle was the only bit of soap opera in the pages of Marvel, nope! There was a way weirder one going on over at Avengers headquarters. Rather than getting moody about it and throwing tantrums and heading off to Madripoor, however, Simon took it in stride and referred to Vision as his brother, forming a more limited throuple than a contentious triangle. That is until Vision had to do a hard reboot and lost his personality. Then the two brothers started to beef, and that beef bleeds over to Simon's actual brother and general bad guy, the Grim Reaper. But if Simon isn't the source of Vision's personality in the MCU, how will he connect to Wanda and Vision in Wanda's vision of a perfect world? Oh wait, is that what the title means? Is this Wanda's vision, not Wanda and Vision? This show is quite the onion, folks. So how does Wonder Man fit in her vision? Let's widely speculate based on comics and what's come before. Buckle up, folks. Thanks to the complicated nature of shuffling release schedules, the arrival of Wonder Man might become more of a surprise than anything else. As mentioned earlier, the first out of the gate was meant to be Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The powers that be at Marvel had intended to ease us in by presenting a far more recognizable Marvel product first, with quips and action set pieces and bad guys all bummed. Oh no, you took my bullets! Look at his face. You got no bullets? Since WandaVision was filmed in more controlled environments and stages, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier was more location-based, the happy, maybe couple was able to resume production quicker and thus made it to the finish line first. But as always, the MCU has carefully woven their stories together. WandaVision is meant to lead straight into Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. In Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the only earthly being with a W against the Avengers, Zemo returns, purple mask and all. As we know from his last outing, he loves digging up old beefs to settle new beefs. One of the things he might have dug up is an AI expert from a company that Tony callously acquired and cannibalized to create his own AI Jarvis. But it might turn out that the AI that would eventually become Jarvis was in fact a brain print from Simon as part of his work. Naturally, Zemo takes advantage of this beef, as he does, to convince Simon to partake in an experiment that will allow Simon to prevent the Avengers, fresh from their victory over Thanos and restoring half of everyone, from reforming. Unfortunately for Simon, it goes bad and he ends up in a coma, much to the dismay of his bad guy brother, the Grim Reaper. Nightmare, Mephisto, AIM, S.W.O.R.D, Dennis the Mailman. Whoever's mucking about with Wanda's vision then uses Eric's desire to have his brother back to get him to turn Wanda's dream into a nightmare by extracting the version of Vision that Wanda has revived. That might even end in a bittersweet sacrifice, as Vision realizes he can't break reality by existing when he shouldn't, but he could give life back to Simon. In the third episode, it does appear that Vision is starting to see the cracks in the reality, and there's only so long that Wanda can keep resetting to keep him in the dark. Aw, sad ending. This is fine and all, but what's up with Dennis the Mailman? I bet he's a guard to the mind prison. and his job is to pass around instructions to the various other inmates or captives. I'm on to you, Dennis the mailman. I'm on to you.